that trust and that faith in him. And I did, on the bed, I was crying, and I thought, came to my senses a little bit, and I thought, if I've got 3 months to live, I'm not gonna live it like this. I'm gonna face it head on. I'm gonna trust God like I have for everything else. And I had the Bible that was on my nightstand. I just sort of tossed it on the bed, and the pages fluttered open to the 119th Psalm and the 116th verse. And David said,
could we put that on the screen, please? The 119th Psalm. Please, could we put that on the screen?
Verse 116.
Yeah, okay. And
I'm going to read it.
yeah, go ahead. You want to read it?
Yes. Uphold me according unto your word, that I may live, and not let me be ashamed of my hope. So I thought, Francis, when I read that, I thought God was going to heal me instantly. It didn't happen that way.
Well, he heals you of epilepsy that way.
Yes, but not
Bell's
this
palsy
time.
and osteoarthritis, a bunch of stuff.
But I went into the family room where the family was, and I said, I'm going to be okay. I told the girls to stay out of my stuff. I said, I'm not going anywhere. And
That's kind of a human thing there.
yes, it is. I said, I'm not going anywhere, so just forget it, you know. Now they got more stuff not do so. But it was a process. And I studied, as most people would, with news like that, prognosis such as that. And I started reading the miracles that Jesus performed. And I came across John 9. And honestly, I didn't like it very much because of the mud. I didn't understand it. I said, what? I never really thought that much about it until I personalized it. And I said, what is the mud? Because why couldn't Jesus just say, rise and be healed? But that mud just caught me. And I was contemplating it once again. My Bible was close by, and LaVoy was out of the house. He was running errands or something. And the doctor's office has been calling daily to prompt me to start treatments, radiation and chemotherapy. And I kept putting it off. Who wants to line up for that stuff, you know? So the phone rang, and it was David Godwin. Well, a lot of people know David Godwin. And he and his wife were on the phone. And
His son used to travel and play bass for us.
Yeah. And David said, we've heard about your prognosis. And he said, Doris and I've already prayed. And he said, we believe God's going to raise you up, but I thought, David talks too much. He could have just left it like it was. But he continued. He said, you may not like the way God does it this time. We know that he's healed you of grand mal seizures, of osteoarthritis, and Bell's palsy. But he said, you may not like it the way it happens this time. And I thought, well, it's going to be, in my head, I'm going, well, it's going to be instant, because I got that word from that I took as my word that I'm going to be healed. I'm going to live. So I was thinking about the mud. And he said, before we hang up, I want to pray, and I want to tell you a little story out of John 9. And I looked over at the table, and John 9 was open. Not just a happenstance. It was open. And David quickly just ran through the story of the mud, didn't elaborate a whole lot. And he said, let's pray. And I was astonished. I don't know if I remember the prayer, but I remember John 9. And so I sat there in the quiet of the house and I said, God, show me what is mud. It's come up twice this morning in my reading and in the phone call. And I didn't hear a voice. If I'd heard a voice, it scared me then, I guess. I didn't hear his voice. I felt his voice. And he impressed upon me that the mud was the inconvenience, it was the tragedy of the cancer, it was all the stuff
Chemo,
that we go through. It was the chemo, it was the radiation,
surgery,
it's whatever you're going through.
is mud.
It may not be cancer. Somebody's listening today who has no clue where their child is. That's worse than cancer.
Something.
I am not saying cancer is the ultimate worst thing that can happen. I'm saying that's what happened to me. That was my dark night of the soul.
Well, but we all know cancer is a
Yes.
life-threatening
Oh, yeah.
disease, and we know without God's intervention, and even though the medicine they give us helps us, and it has healed some people to
Yes.
where, when it is not too far gone.
Right.
But the fact of it is, everybody is cancer. How many prayer requests
Yeah.
do I get on this program?
Yeah.
Right, all these men can attest to it.
Yes.
That people are at the 4 stages of cancer. That's what the
Yes.
4 stages. But LaVoy, I mean, that had to be a pretty hard knock for you. I mean, when you hear, you guys have been